Nothing says I've made it quite like buying your dream car, or maybe even your first car for that matter. There's just something very empowering about owning your own wheels. And as soon as you do, and you've got those keys in your hands, that's equally empowering to know that our vehicles are adequately insured and protected. We want to take care of what we value most in this world. And here to guide us through the options available to us is Nolwandle Mbalo, the Managing Director of Standard Insurance Limited. Nolwandle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Graham.
Yeah, I say it's a good feeling to know your car is insured. It's vital that your car is insured. In often cases, it's a big spend. You might have saved up for a long time. It's something that we really do value. Maybe a good place to start is to know what kinds of car insurance are available to us in the market.
Thanks, Graham. I think the starting point is that, to your earlier statement, it is the most valuable asset for most people.
For most of us, yeah.
For many people, it's probably the first, and it's the most expensive asset to acquire. The number of options available to actually help you protect that valuable asset. And these vary from individual requirements, but also from an affordability point of view. So if you look for insurance, there's insurance that could protect third parties, what we define as third party, your liability in the event of an accident involving someone else's vehicle. But there's also, more importantly, given the fact that you've actually acquired the asset, protecting that valuable asset that you've just acquired, which is actually the option available there. It's around comprehensive cover.
Okay.
And that actually takes into account your comprehensive will include car hire in the event that you're involved in an accident, because we will often say if. It's not if, it's when it happens.
It's when. It will. Statistics say that it will.
It will happen, and in that event, you don't want to be inconvenienced. The comprehensive cover gives you the option, one of those options, the car hire, to mitigate some of the interruptions to your daily routine. You have to go to work, you have to drop off the kids, you need another vehicle. So there's options, they vary from simple, which is actually just your third-party liability, but also a comprehensive cover, which takes care of most of your requirements.
What should I be considering when starting that process of buying insurance and finding the right partner?
We're very fortunate these days. There's quite a myriad of options or avenues that one can actually get the information. First, you contact your broker, if you currently have your broker. Your short-term broker will actually advise you in terms of the options available, but also you can go online. If you already have an existing relationship directly with the insurer, important to actually contact your insurer to get the details of the options available to you.
Ask questions.
It's actually about inquiring. Even if you go online, understand your needs, because you have to inquire from a point of what is my need, what is it that I require, what is it that I can afford.
Often when it's out of your control, and maybe this relates to that in some way, if I have a child who's now driving and wants to take my set of Hot Wheels out for the night, or any other driver for that matter, are they covered by your insurance?
Let's make sure the child has got a license.
First tick.
And that will be the first tick. You have to specify the regular driver in your insurance, as well as the second driver.
Okay.
If you can't leisurely choose that your child can actually be behind those wheels. In the case of an incident, if that person is actually not registered as the regular driver in the vehicle or noted as a secondary driver, you are exposed because you will not actually be protected.
Knowing what you need out of your cover, but also knowing what you can afford. How much on average, and this is a bit of a curveball, would you be looking to spend on insurance?
Well, Graham, it will actually differ, as I said initially, first of all, the type of vehicle that you have, the cover that you go for. The simpler the better. In terms of your premium, you have to take into account there's an excess that is payable. So the higher the excess, the likelihood of the premium will actually be lower. So you have to balance between the cover that you're choosing as well as some of the extras as well that you're adding, and take the last part being actually the excess payable.
what you are due if something does go wrong. Thank you so much. Hopefully we've helped to educate you and at least got you thinking about some of those important questions that you need to ask your broker or your insurer if you already have an existing relationship, and ask yourself about what really matters most to you, because ultimately that's what it's about, protecting what matters most to you with the right kind of insurance. So for a personalized quote that matches your needs, most importantly, SMS INSURE, that's INSURE, to 30788, 30788. And it's a nice little bonus when you SMS and get that quote. And I stress, you have to actually get the quote. You stand the chance of winning a state-of-the-art, very valuable Samsung Galaxy S10. Remember that standard SMS rates apply and no free SMSs, but you can find all the terms and conditions, as always, on our website, expressoshow.com.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword INSURE to 30788 for a callback and a quote, and you could be a winner.